So it is finally time for Paradox to be unlockable in Duel Links, and with him comes some brand new cards, brand new skills, and of course the big question, is he a wasted slot? Should have we got an Arc 5 slot instead like we were kind of expecting, given every year we usually get a slot for a character for the current world, right? Before the world kind of goes away, we get a brand new world in Vrain's world. We're expecting an Arc 5 character, and that didn't happen, so let's dive in and see if it's going to be any good. Now, the big thing is Malefics aren't getting a structure deck, which means that any new players that want to play Paradox, or like me who didn't pull any of the Malefic cards from that box because that box was really not great, you're kind of screwed. There is no easy access to that box. It's not even on the free-to-play 50% off gem sale, right? It's not on that at all. So you've got to go back into a 3-year-old main box to pull a bunch of ultra rare cards that aren't going to be relevant in a month's time when Vrain's World comes, new summoning mechanic comes. It just doesn't make much sense why there's no structure deck to go alongside Paradox, but Konami knows, Konami's infinite wisdom is always better than ours, so let's dive into the brand new cards festival with Nightfly. Target face a monster you control, return that target to the hand. If you do, neither play can activate the card's effects that card's name until, yeah, like, okay. So it bounces back one of your own cards, not your opponent's. If this was a bounce to your opponent, then this would like immediately power creep compulsory, which would have been insane. I would have made Paradox genuinely really, really good. You know, he'd have been insane, but it's not. Is there ever a reason why you'd want to bounce your own card? I don't really think there is. I don't think, like, unless it's been negated or been weakened, then sure. But in a normal duel, this only works really in the mirror match, so I guess maybe it's a nice tech card for side decking for Duel Links events, right, for DLE events, that kind of thing. So I guess this could be somewhat of a good tech card, but on ranked, on ladder, you're not going to see this card seeing play at all. Then we have, oh my god, our favourite, level 7 already, a URSR ticket. Okay, so what I thought they would do is they would give us, okay, he's in there, okay. I thought they would give us copies of Malefic Red Eyes Black Dragon, and it's in here as well. Can we also get the trap card, the Malefic trap card? I don't think we can, right? I don't think it's in here, but Malefic Red Eyes and the trap card are available via Ragdoll drops. They're also in Paradox's original drops for his roaming event, and they weren't in this one in the raid duel. So I thought they'd give us that via the level ups, but apparently not. They're doing the right thing, giving us a ticket, but it's not really the right thing because tickets kind of suck. Then the big one, Malefic Paradigm Dragon. This card is really freaking good. It's pretty much a free special summon for this boy if you have Malefic World on the field, and you must send or banish a Malefic monster from your extra deck. You can get rid of a Synchro monster, or wait, yeah, that's the only one you can do, right? Malefic, you can only get rid of the Malefic Paradox Dragon, right? Banish that, summon this boy, and then once per turn, you can send a Malefic card from your deck to the graveyard, which is great for milling anyway, and then return one of your banished level 8 synchros, which is going to be Star's Dragon, back to your extra deck, then summon out the Stardust from your extra deck. And it's going to be pretty cool for links as well, because that's basically getting you 2 bodies on board. You can then, if you want to, go and make a Nightmare Phoenix, Nightmare Cerberus, get a pop of your back row, your front row. This might get better with links, right? But by itself, 4K is pretty scary, and the brand new skills we're getting are going to make that work quite nicely. Then we're getting Inverse Universe, which is a card that we already have obtainable via Cyrus as a character drop. This is what we call a wasted slot, and I bet it's not the only one in here. I bet we're getting more than one copy, because they like to do that, right? I bet we'll get 3 copies of this card when we don't need it because it's already free to play accessible. And then of course we're getting Malefic Cyberend Dragon, probably a one-off in your deck because you don't want to draw into this too often. This again is a big 4K beta, but most importantly, it's a level 10. Meaning with Cyberend, with Paradigm Dragon, you can now go into the rank 10 package of the rank 10 trains, into the Gustav Max and the Juggernaut Lieb. You've now got that package in your extra deck. It does mean you're kind of tight on what you play, but it gives you more versatility if Paradigm Dragon can't get around the big boys on the field already, right? If you need the pops, then like you're going to play into this. So okay, yeah, then the recycling, right? Then let's the spell card again, and then the ticket, and then the Paradigm Dragon, the trap card, the Cyberend, and I'm guessing it's going to go on again. 3 tickets. 3 of that, yeah, okay. So, overall, card-wise, it's pretty good. Obviously, the trap card does bring it down, but in terms of playable cards, you're going to play Cyberend Dragon in 1, you're going to play Paradigm Dragon at least 2 copies, so this is really good. The downside, obviously, again, is there's no structure deck. And I know I don't really like structure decks as a concept because, you know, if they're locking cards, then that's bad, but if you're making a deck, or you're making a character, all his skills, all his cards rely on you going into a 3-year-old box to play, that's really, really bad for the new player experience, and that's what's happening, right? these cards aren't being put in a selection box either. I would have kind of taken that as an option, even though it's not as good as being put in a structure deck, right? But at least it's an option. Like, now you have to, if you want to play this deck, you have to go and waste your gems, waste your dream tickets to play a deck that might not be overly great. But let's go on to his skills. We've got attack, charge, balance, which, rest in peace, compensation, draw sense dark, high level, heavy starter, which is going to be great for raid duel events if we ever get one that's not this current one. Then the default skill, Malefic Dragons, which adds a Malefic Truth Dragon, Parallel Gear, and Stars Dragon, and a Malefic World to your deck, and a Stars Dragon, and a Paradox Dragon into your extra deck. Basically what it's doing is making it so that Paradox Dragon is live, and you can use it, and it also makes it so that during a duel, Malefic World can't be destroyed by card effects. Yeah, but you can't go to rank 10s. So that's kind of the downside. You can't even summon Stardust if you want to, right? Wait, why would you play this with Paradigm? Because Paradigm summons out Stardust, and you can't do that. So this turns off Paradigm. That's really bad. Actually, looking at it, that's really not great. So, yeah, maybe not. Then we have Malefic Dragon's power. Your Malefic Truth Dragon gains attack defense equal to half your life points. That's not great. It's already 5,000, so sure. The following effect can be activated once per duel. Banish a Malefic card in your graveyard, select a Malefic Truth Dragon you control. It won't be destroyed by card effect, and it's not destroyed. Okay, you're never ever going to play this. Then we have Malefic Trade. Return one of the following cards you control to your deck or extra deck, and then add a Malefic monster from your deck to your hand. Dragon type normal, Dragon type synchro, or Dragon type fusion monster. Or machine type fusion, sorry. This is really, really weird, because why would you not put Rainbow Dragon, right? That just doesn't really make too much sense. Sure. I think it's okay, but I don't think it's all that great. I think the best skill is the one carrying up, which is Territory of Malice, and it's a ranked dual drop reward. It's not available via level ups. Oh, people can be so happy about that. That's going to be fun to see people grinding out for to try and get this card to drop, because this skill is the best skill they have. Return a Malefic card from your hand to your deck, then add a Malefic Territory to your hand from outside your deck. Then you can add a Malefic World to the bottom of your deck from outside your deck. So you don't need to run these cards, but you probably would do anyway. So that is just really good, right? And this, when this card's activated, you can automatically activate Malefic World from your deck, so it gets you into this card anyway. And it makes that card unable to be targeted, and you negate the effects of Malefic, so multiple can attack in one turn, which is kind of good. Now, it does make it so you can only play Malefic monsters in the main deck and Dragon types, but it's not restricting your extra deck, which means you can play a rank 10 engine, which is really good, right? That is insane. Now, Malefic World also lets you choose your draws, so this becomes super consistent giving it any Malefic into this combo. And so maybe you wouldn't even run Malefic World, right? Like, maybe it's like the Gaia skill, right, originally, right, where you wouldn't run the Gaia field spell because it gave it to you, right? Or you like, there was something you would not run because it gave it to you. So I guess it's kind of like that. It really depends on what Malefics can do, so I don't think they have any, like, built-in negates and stuff. I think they're mainly going to be this big beatdown deck that you then use the extra deck to kind of facilitate even further. Overall, a very good skill. But again, accessibility-wise, Malefics kind of suck. Then we have the blank card, which is going to be stealing a Synchro from your opponent's extra deck, giving it to yours, and then putting it back. It's cool in concept, but is it going to be good? Not really. Like, if you're playing against Black Rose Dragon, then you're going to what? You're going to steal one of their Black Roses when they've got like 2 or 3 more? It doesn't really work. And then we have the opposites, which is basically going to be letting you take one of your banished dragons and ones in your graveyard, and then bring one back to your hand and one back to the bottom of your deck. So it's decent recursion, but I think where you're going to be playing it is not Malefics, right? I think if a deck comes around where you're playing dragons that are this like level 7 higher, I think you'll use it. But you won't use it in Malefics. I think that consistency skill is so much better than this is, but this definitely does have a place. Blue Eyes, I guess, is a target, but Blue Eyes has a skill already that is so much better than this, so I don't see where this will see play. But I think it has a use case in the future, right? Like, maybe Thunder Dragons, but again, they need the same level attack and defense, so I don't know. I'm sure there's some use case where this will see play, but I can't really think of it. And finally, is World Full of Malice. Begin to duel with Malefic World set. If you're going to duel with a deck that has at least 5 Malefic cards with different names, it is activated. I don't see the point in this. Like this skill here, where is it, Territory of Malice, is just a better Malefic World. It's a better version of that skill. Like, because you're just returning a Malefic card in your hand, which you're going to draw into, right? Your deck's entirely Malefics. You're going to see a card. If you see Territory, then you see World. the only plus side is that it can be negated, right? With the skill, it can be negated. With the other skill, it can't be. This skill is just better. This is just way better. But overall, Paradox seems to be a fairly decent character, well balanced level up cards apart from of course the trap card and the tickets, which is the big annoyance, right? That's 6 slots that were wasted that could have been on something new, which is kind of the important thing, is that we prefer new cards rather than getting cards that are reprinted when we can already get them in such easy ways, right? You give out tickets already for every event under the sun, you have access to this card via just farming Cyrus at the gate, it's even available in tickets if you want to get it, so it doubly doesn't make sense there. Skill-wise, he's pretty good, otherwise his brand new cards, right? The Paradigm Dragon and the Cyber End are very, very good, so good on that one. And the downside, the big downside, is the fact there's no structure deck. It would have made him even better because then I could actually play the deck. But right now I can't because I'm not spending gems on a 3-year-old box when Frame Spot is right around the corner. So yeah,